Hello guys, and welcome to, I try to learn SDL and use it with, dealing. Yesterday I was working on this on my own time and I ended up compiling, the actual libSDL3 using CMake. It's in, here. You just download their source code and then made it. I have no idea about any of that C shit. I just looked that shit up. It was like, goddamn. Here's my answers. Let's go ahead and get started with the actual documentation for SDL3. And bin to BC SDL3. Bin to BC is a bind better C. Bind BC SDL. Alright, static and dynamic bindings. Alright, well, where's the documentation for this? Because all I need is a, yes, and then example dub.json. So there's some examples. If you're using static bindings, import bin to bc.sdl. Let's check what we have. Bin bc SDL. Yep. Okay. And it uses the exact same stuff as what you'd expect with a regular regular SDL program. So you don't need to extern C or anything. I don't think. We'll find out if I have to. I mean, odds are I don't have to do that. And this is my eye today. There's few like it because this one is mine. Very nice eye. Very good integrated development environment. Yeah, super good. So we're going to put a void main here, and then we're going to start off with some stuff I was reading yesterday in my own time, which was about SDL init. And some of these things will return interesting values. So SDL underscore init is the first step. That's going to have flags in there. I'm fairly certain this is the first step, but we're going to check out SDL3 documentation, which is actually good, apparently. And I was reading it yesterday. Actually good documentation, so I agree with this statement. Simple direct media layer is a cross-platform. Who fucking cares, bro? Where's the documentation link? API by category, quick reference, complete API guide. Let's go by category. So API application entry points, which is like the very beginning of what you need to do. So there is the app event, app init, and app iterate, which app iterate is different from app init. So if you use init, then it doesn't have a loop. If you have iterate, it has a loop, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, though, because I'm just starting with this. So please go do your own research on that. Because I'm pretty sure this just says that it kind of iterates. And you have to use SDL app events exit or something like that. Or app stop, or app quit, yeah. But we don't need that. We're going to just use init because it's going to be simpler and arguably more controllable. It's like better. So SDL app results, which is the, I guess that's a type for that. So SDL app results. Let's see. What is SDL app result? Is that it's a structure of some kind, I think. So you would go like, in graphics.d you wouldn't put a main, but you'd go and put SDL underscore app results, which is weird to me, but okay. Result SDL app init, because that's the beginning stuff. Underscore app init. Like, this is good documentation I can actually follow. And then you need a void pointer a void pointer. So you need to have void pointer to a pointer. And then you need to have an app state, an int argc. So we'll do int arg c, comma, and I think you might need to extern that. And then you need a car pointer. But I don't know if you need to extern this. I don't think you do. Well, you might need to use the very specific C stuff. So with that, like, with C stuff, you probably will need to do that so it works to be compatible. We'll go ahead and extern. We'll go ahead and extern this. Extern C app results, app init, and then do that for now. So this is gonna be basically a boilerplate thing that you could just use anywhere, basically. So app state, place where the app can optionally store a pointer for future use. For argv, for ncc mains argv, array of command line arguments. So we're gonna just put argv. Argv, which apparently is a pointer array, or a car array pointer. What is the diagnostics saying? It's not, oh. And if you're doing extern C, then you can do a C style ending. argc. Also, this one, void pointer, should go towards app state. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just put app state. Because that's like how that's supposed to go. Unless we do int argc is never used. Yeah, well that makes sense. Makes sense that it would never be used. What's the issue? Is it argv? It doesn't like argv. So how is argc not used? Why is that a problem? Int argc. It certainly is declared. Also, this is C style. SDL app result returns SDL app failure to terminate with an error. Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is also for error checking too. So like all of this going into here just basically makes a error checking kind of thing. Pretty sure that has to be an array though. So let's go ahead and what do you mean? What you mean? App init? Is it that I put app init instead of what I'm supposed to put? Oh yeah, if you use SDL main, use callbacks app. Wouldn't you just do SDL in it? Hold on, let's switch over to SDL in it. All an SDL program needs to initialize the library. Oh, okay. SDL in it. SDL init simply forwards to calling init subsystem. Therefore, the two may be used changeably. Though For readability of your code, SDL init subsystem might be preferred. The file IO, for example, SDL IO from file and threading, SDL create thread, subsystems. It's weird though. It's not. This is not right. Why is it doing this? It's just that it's never used, I guess. What is this? Does not match style guidelines. That's not me making the. Oh. Because I used. That's what it is. We'll just call this SDL start. Oh, so that's why it's freaking out. SDL start. Bro, if I end up mixing C and then my D functions, bro. Oh, God. Cringenium. I'm sure that will have some fun compiling that. My car array pointer for dynamic car array. SDL will take care of platform-specific details on how it gets called. This is where the app can be configured to use the main callbacks via the main callbacks macro. There isn't really... okay. SDL app iterate, SDL app quit. Oh, and app iterate's fun though, because I'm pretty sure that's the one where they said it can be dependent on your clock speed or if your monitor. Yes, the function will be called at the refresh rate of the display, which might change during the life of your app. There are no promises made about what frequency this function might run at. You should use SDL's timer functions if you want to see how much time has passed since the last iteration. Alright. And I don't know exactly if we'll need to do anything super fancy. Anyway, so when you call SDL app results, it's going to do a bunch of stuff. So this is a returns result. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and go check out SDL init. Alright, so SDL init is what we need to do. It's like the first thing we need to do. Or actually, SDL app results. We need to actually get that the app results though. Would this be a pointer though? No, it wouldn't. Surely it couldn't be a pointer to an app results. Why do I need to extern C anyway? Oh, I need to be compatible with the actual thing. So you need to pretty sure you need to... I don't know what to do next, actually. I just realized. So you do need error handling right away. So we'll do SDL init. We'll call that function here. So we'll call SDL underscore init. Right? That should be our way of calling or initializing SDL, which is the first thing you need to do. It's just like GL, you need to initialize it before you can actually start using it. Simply forwards a calling to subsystem, and then of course flags. So you need SDL init flags. Flags may be any of the following ordered together. So you would do, oh, okay. Automatically initializes events subsystem. Sensor. camera. Obviously, you get gamepad support, joystick support. So we're gonna do video, the video subsystem, I guess. Or would you even need to? Also, what do they say here? Forwards to calling SDL. SDL init flags. So it's basically the same one. I guess we could do that. And it only, this also returns a true or false. So would you have a, you'd have it like an SDL, some kind of error handling, obviously. SDL get error. It's a function. There's no structs. Alright, cool. And then you'd put your flags, which would be like SDL underscore video, I think was one of them. And then you would probably put an or, just like it said. Where is it? SDL init, SDL init subsystem, init. Let's just go with init. Returns true on success or false on failure. SDL get error for more information. Okay, so retrieve a message about... Okay. Oh, and then it takes a void function. So SDL get error. But that's a boolean though for the init. Yes, that's not a void. Const char returns a message with information about back please. Remarks. Get error. Information about specific error that occurred or an empty string if there hasn't been an error message since the last call of SDL clear error. It's possible for multiple errors to occur before calling SDL get error. Only the last error is returned. It is safe to call this function from any thread. Okay. You can also set errors. So you just do SDL get error equal, or no, it's not a struct or anything. It's not something you can declare as equaling a Boolean statement. So you do SDL init. Let's see, what are flags? SDL init video. And then some basic metadata. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're looking for first. Let's go ahead and put in that, because that will allow you to define that stuff, like the name and things. SDL underscore set app metadata. Oh, the metadata part, lowercase. Then you will do const char for the app name. SDL test. And then const char for the app version. Oh, it wants a pointer to 0. And then an app identifier. I don't know what that would be at all. I have no clue what an app identifier is. App ID. App ID, there we go. Nice, that's cool. Oh, a unique string in reverse domain format that specifies com.example mygame.to. Oh. com.sdl test.mygame. Cool. Alright, so bool returns true on success or false on failure. Call SDL, get error to retrieve more information. So then I guess we can do write ln SDL underscore get, or what was it? Get error. So is it capital G? Capital G-E-T error. Pretty sure that will work to return our error. And then move this down to the bottom as well, just to see what we get from that. Oh. Actually, we could put them in a array to store them easier. No, let's not even think about that. We could store them in a log file. Okay, save that, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to the main function now. So inside source, we have client.d. So then client.d needs to have, I don't know if it needs to have any of that, but I do know it needs a void main. So first we'll put void main, because I don't know exactly if it needs that. Then put in extern C. No, we call SDL app result. We call SDL start. And then we need to define an app state, an argc, a car, and argv. Oh, this is gonna be fun because I'm pretty sure that's gonna break. When we go to DUB, that will break, but we need to have pointers. A pointer for app state. So there is something in the SDL library that does that. And then there's probably something for the argc. But we don't really use those in my... What is this? Wait, what function is this? So it's SDL app results. What was SDL app result even? That was like the first thing we looked at too. App init, wasn't it? SDL app init. So you would do app init, app event. Returns SDL app failure to terminate with an error and SDL app result. Oh, okay. SDL pointer event. A new event for the app to examine. okay. What is argGC though? Does anything return? Oh, int argGC. Huh. Redefined main. Okay. So it's called by it? What? That's weird. I wonder if there's like a simple. Well, actually. SDL init video. That's the basic stuff. And then SDL quit. Okay, maybe we only need to do that. And instead we have this as a void function. And we don't take any of these. Let's go ahead and not do those. Okay, then we're gonna not do this. Void SDL, not void. Who the fuck is void? Why is he in our fucking void? And then we can just do SDL underscore quit. I know there's a guy who does videos on this stuff. Maybe I should watch his videos at some point. I should do that. Let's go and test it. So we put SDL start in here, which should be good. I don't think it needs me to call the imports in there or put imports in there. We'll find out. Actually, I don't know how DUB calls this, but DUB. Okay. SDL start. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Need to declare this as a module first. So you need to have module, what do you call this? Graphics. And then you just import graphics. Alright, that should be good. DUB. Terminated with exit code 11. It's a segmentation error. What does that mean? That would have also thrown one on my notifications. Service crash. Details. dmain, no graphic, or graphics, maximum. Oh. libcso dot 6. What is the, what version does it expect? That's, something to look at. So you would need to define the, SDL inside of, your .json. So you have your versions and all of that. Here they have bin BC SDL. They have a static BC? What is it? Take what they have, copy that. We need to open up the original dub.json and edit this. Or actually, I think, no, it's this. That's what we need. I hate JSON files. I've not really messed with these. So versions has 33. Let's go ahead and... Oh, never mind. Oh, libs SDL3 versions. know that the latest and greatest in modern technology is GL4, but I'm going to be using. I guess we just integrate this into there. I don't know about SDL mixture. I mean, we're going to use that at some point, but not right now. That's a later problem. I should definitely build a GL like library and put it in here. These have to be like, don't these have to be like that? I'm pretty sure they have to be like that. Let's go ahead and make these correct. I don't even know if it matters. It wasn't telling me that it mattered. Get rid of this. That is all it needs. We don't have a lib for that yet. What is it called? What is my lib SDL3? Lib SDL3. And it's .so. So that's okay. That means it'll be good for Linux. And Linux only. I'm a Linux only dev. I'll never develop for Windows because I'll have to check too many errors. Yep. Cannot find lib. 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 Hold on. Triple double check. So yeah, that's what the issue was. Cannot find -l lib SDL3, no such file or directory. And it doesn't want to... Do I need to point to the correct... Did it try grabbing a DLL or something? -lib SDL3. lib. Let's try it again. See if that does it. That's probably the dumbest thing, but if it worked... Oh, no, it does it. Oh. Cannot find that. Well, what if we just get rid of this portion? SDL3 underscore 4... SDL3 underscore, or SDL3 dash 3.4. Let's just get rid of that extra 4 in there. Let's go ahead and square that shit into what we need to be. Or let's go ahead and do a test on that now. God damn it. Oh, okay. I need to point it at that, I think. Can I zoom in on this? This is too tiny for my eyeballs. Linker exited with status 1. I don't know how to do that. I need to read DUB docs now. DUB... library path. It's gonna pull up all kinds of random shit. Oh, this looks accurate. That's for LLVM though. I'm not using LLVM. What kind of bullshit is LLVM gonna give us? We are not using LDC. We're actually using just regular DMD at this time. DUB. LF flags. So that would be somewhere in here. There's a linker flag. Linker flags. Or DUB.json. Oh, okay. So do you just include that as a flag in the what? So, like, there's no naming for... Or, actually, that would make sense. It looks like... Oh, dependencies? Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do this. And there should be another one down here. Boom. Now we're going to call Or put that, like, there? No. Oh, it would be in dependencies. So local library. Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. I had no idea it was in there. Anyway, we've solved our issues today. So yeah, it goes in here. And then you would create a... something like this. And call it... LLib... SDL3 dot or no, you don't even need that. And then you would need to have it point to that. Oh, that's how you would have it do that. Colon. And then I'm pretty sure you put the path in this, which would be literally in the same directory as that. No, don't do that. Hold on. I need to go back and see that again. To be path declaration. Let's see this again. My local library and then version, blah blah blah, path. Oh, so you would do a colon. You would do that. Oh god. This is why I hate DUB and hate using it. It's because I don't know how to use it. Okay, there we go. Then you would do my local lib and all of the other stuff. Or, yeah, you would do SDL3. The version doesn't matter. Why do we even have library up there if it's just a dependency? And that needs to go up. Because that's what it says to do? No. No, it doesn't need to go up. No. No, it's fine. It's okay. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it needs to go up. Then the path. I think you just put // for the same directory. So you would do this // and then put a semicolon. No, don't put a semicolon. Wait, did I put a semicolon here? What did I do? That's wrong. How did I offend it? Oh, it needs a comma. Bro, what is with JSON files? Like, why do these exist? Who created this fucking slop? Oh my god, I hate JSON files. Clearly amazing, but that's all I needed. So that's hopefully gonna be amazing. And just work. Package maximum .so. Try that. But it needs to be linked, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure this is not how that's supposed to work. So I'm pretty sure that was wrong. And you actually are supposed to link this as a library. Although, that's kind of weird that it doesn't... Oh. It's got to do with these, I think. This fucking formatting, bro, is killing me inside. No, actually, redo that. It expects those, probably. But why? Oh, it's because of this. So now why is this shit fucked? Let's figure that out. Doesn't need a colon? Can it not contain stuff underneath it? Needs a comma before it? Nope. Because it's in the green? Maybe it's right? I mean, it thinks the colon's wrong. Try that again. DUB. Expected comma. Okay. Or just don't do all of that. All that dumbness going on. For nothing. Do that. Bro, fucking hate these .json files, bro. Oh. While parsing a flow mapping, expected a comma or a thingy. Maybe I need to tab it back. Because this is not a dependency. It's a library. So that would mean it goes where the libraries are at. Which in turn means that it should be in this. But it doesn't want that other thing. Wait, did I just fix it? It just wanted an extra pair of brackets. That's all it wants. What the fuck? It just wanted an extra pair of brackets? Am I confused? No, okay. That's wrong as well. But it wants the doubles. Double brackets like that. That work? That work for you? No, it don't. Okay, clearly it doesn't. Tab. And it wants a comma after this. And it wants that like that. And then we know for a fact that that's gonna go and this is gonna go. And then it's gonna do... It's wrong. Well, it doesn't want that. It wants the other thing. It doesn't even want a path to dot slash. Oh, wait. It wants it to be like this. So then, what if I need to specify the path? Actually, wouldn't I just put the name as dot slash? Wouldn't that work, then? Oh, fuck. Oh, dash L. That's what it's doing. It's putting a dash L before it. Cannot find dash L. Maybe if I put a space before it, it will work. Lib SDL3. You know, I kind of want to remove the extra L now. I thought that was just like an error on my side. But how do you specify a path? What? This is fucking insanity. Let's see. What are we doing? Renaming this. Rename it to not libSDL. Make it one of those. Cool. libSDL3. We could do, what if the path just goes in this? That's how the path goes. This is how it works, guys. I swear, that's how it works. Colon dot slash. This is how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. Now, expected that. Oh. Okay. Well, Yeah, that's, okay. Maybe selections.json will help us. Those are selections. So you would just put it down here. Dependencies? No. You would put libstl into, instead of doing that, like, let's put this before that, because I'm pretty sure it links in order. So, before we do all that shit, go ahead and put this shit in. Put a comma after that so it doesn't look all fucked. And then, do these green ones come first, though? It seems like the green ones come first. Path. Maybe the paths comes after this? Am I confused? I think I'm super confused. Maybe path comes after the semicolon. We can put a path like that. Path colon dot slash. That's what we need to do. Yee. And then I think it will work. God damn it. Okay. This is a sad moment. We've failed very badly at this. Path. Let's try it again. Let's try this. Okay, so that's what's going on. Then it LD return to status 1 because it what did it do? It's not telling me really much about libSDL3. And ignore this L. I mean, I think maybe it just wants a space here. Let's try that one. Imagine if the space worked. But yeah, you can see that L is not part of that. So that's just a formatting error. So then... then what do we need to do? SDL exited with error status 1. Or linker exited with status 1. Well, it's trying to do bin to BCS or GLFW. Let's remove that as well. Because that we're not using GLFW anymore. We removed that. Alright, let's try that again. I definitely need to specify a path to this. Let's remove that. And put it in here. Colon. And I'm pretty sure it will want version. We'll just put 3. And we'll put a comma. And we'll put a... Oh, also there needs to be a comma after this. And then we'll put another one. And we'll call it a path. And it will be path colon... What does that not want a comma afterwards? Yeah, let's get rid of that then. Just put a path in there and then put dot slash in it. That should be everything it needs. Try this. So it doesn't match expected name. .so. Is it expect .so? What is the expected name? Lib SDL3.so. So lib SDL3. Well, that did not really work. Maybe it's because it's expecting a .d file. I know it needs to have some way or some place that this is specified at. Let's just move this down a bit. Maybe that will work. I mean, it's not really contained in anything. See if this works. Oh. Okay. We got to a segmentation fault. I think that just meant it didn't find SDL3. Like, GLFW was easy, but I'm also trying to work with a library that's just in this folder. Void GLFW. Why is it still trying to do that? Reload. What the fuck is this shit? Get that out of there. Control save. There is no... It's no longer in the thing. Ah, here it is. That's where it's hiding. Get rid of that shit. Alright, so it needs a path to SDL3. Maybe we should look at what the what Dagon does. Dagon engine. Just look at that, because that's a good example. They use SDL3 as well. Or they use SDL2 actually. Dagon. They actually have... They use DUB as well. Import paths, source paths. Dependencies. Let me see. Versions SDL2. Name, library. Newton, I don't see any SDL. They should have string important paths. Source paths. So where do you get SDL from to put it in there? Copy files Linux. So it'd be lib/Linux. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's helpful. Alright, let's check, let's try it again. Let's try, libs SDL3. We'll just grind AI to get the answer at this point. Control V. Tab that all up. Backspace that down. That should be good. See if that works. SDL3 net. Where does that come from? Okay, let's try that out. Throw it at this. Okay, so it's not able to load that. Expected a comma. Or that? We got scalar. Where's that at? Down here? Dependency. Oh, wait. It's in this one. It's in the license. Oh, yeah, I found it. Okay, so it now knows it needs SDL3, but what it doesn't know is that, which we had already gotten to that point. That's pretty much, I guess we should just put in, I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and using portable library should be bringing us the correct answers. So you'd put versions after. That makes no sense. So need to specify path to SDL. I don't need to direct path in load SDL. No. No. I need DUB to have the path for lib SDL3. Bro, it's like that meme where your search engine is like, cannot configure to locate SDL3. What do you mean I can't do that shit? Bro, I literally can do that shit. Where's the fucking... Okay, that's not the answers. Specify DUB path in SDL... Or in... Specify SDL path in DUB. Go. See if we've got any of those. Yeah, but that's not SDL. Derelict SDL2. Or actually, sub-configuration? DUB JSON, DUB SDL recipes. Oh. Yeah, that's one of their file formats. Oops. Okay. Wait. I just realized it's libstl. I bet this will work. So, we'll give that a shot. No such file or directory? Which you mean there's no such file or directory? It is called libstl. libstl3.so. Alright, well. Control C. Just shove it in there. Let the robots do all the... What the fuck? Oh god, we've just screwed it up. We're gonna confuse it. No. We cannot confuse it. Control C. Oh. Control Shift C, because it's fucking... One of those is my terminal. Oh my god. It's finally too long for once. What is it? Linker exited with status 1. Control C. Control Shift C. See if this will yield us any results. May have been moved or deleted. Cannot find. Realize putting in a file path. Wow! The error cannot find -libstl3 indicates that looking for named a double prefix. Because linkers, the linker flag is incorrectly specified as instead of LSDL3, interprets name by appending lib. Oh, okay. Oh, that, bro, that makes so much more sense than what I thought it was. But then it exits with code 11. We don't really get any information. So it needs to, like, do a write ln or something. So I think it's just an error in my code. I don't know what I'm pretty sure I know what I did wrong. I think it's starting with that, because I think you need to start with SDL init first. I don't know why we'd start with app metadata. SDL init, and then you do your that shit, and then you do an SDL quit. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. Alright. Try that out. See how that works out. Oh. Okay. But I'm sure there's more to it than that, because I don't remember SDL init or OpenGL init being so easy. Write ln here. Or, do I just have write or write ln here? Okay. See if that works here. Okay, made it to there. So it is working. That's good. And now it's just trying to figure out why it's not working. Probably these. Let's see if that's part of the issue. Or it could be an extern C type of thing. Where it needed to extern C, but it didn't. But you would do an SDL init. Let's go back to that one. Yeah, like here. Look at this SDL init. And SDL quit. So it doesn't really return any problems. Because it just fails and then it's like, oh. maybe load SDL first. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and put in load SDL, just in case I think it is dynamic. Oh! Good, we didn't get a segmentation error. And then we'll do a while loop. So, while true. For now. Pretty sure that will work. And it will just be locked. It just stays in a loop. Control C. Okay, so that kind of works. It doesn't do anything yet, but that's because you need to specify the actual sizes, and these are oh, so here's a good example. They have a Boolean function for loadlib, which is going to return the actual version, like information about whether it loaded correctly or not. And then they have, so these are just catches basically. I want to find the window size. We'll make catches eventually. Oh, by the way, I was reading SDL docs and I read about this. You can technically put it on a bunch of these different systems. Even Xbox One can support SDL, so I have pretty cool stuff. So we want to look at the SDL stuff here. SDL init. Let's go ahead and go back to here. API by category. SDL window, right? Display and window management. Create a window. So we need to do SDL window, create window. Oh, that'd be like, okay, I know what to do. Auto window equals SDL underscore create window. And then it needs a couple things. It expects title. Let's get rid of this. We don't need it. SDL test. And then it needs a that. Oh, width. Go 600 byte. Alright, let's go 1600 and 900. So 16 for the width. And 900. I think it might be like GLFW where it wants null and null afterwards. Window flags. Just put null, I think. I think null will work. I hope that works. Window's not used anywhere, who cares? So that creates a window. Specify dimensions and flags. Cool. Oh, and then these are for GL. Obviously, that's something we're going to need in a bit. So that's how you do that. There's a bit of a downside to using this, probably. Not callable using type. And then type of null to ulong flags. Okay, that makes sense. But I know how that works. Because I know it's probably expecting a app flag. Window flags? Or, oh, flags. Oh, SDL window resizable. Let's just go ahead and put in that. SDL underscore window underscore resizeable. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun with this shit. You mean enum? God damn it, is it because I can't spell? I can't fucking spell, bro. I need to fucking study English. That's what I need to do. Oh, and look at this. A Wayland compositor has appeared. You know, like composta? A Wayland composta has appeared. Window tooltip, keyboard grabs, not focusable, minimized, mouse grabbed. This is so much easier than GLFW, but there's a downside. It's a bit slower. I think if you use Vulkan with it, maybe it's better. But I think that's honestly, it's easier to use. That's why I want to use this. Prefer this to GLFW. I don't really like GLFW because it focuses so much on using fucking, what's that shit called? GL. I fucking hate GL so much. GL is absolute cringe, bro. Can we get rid of GL? Please give me something with make a cube with height and width and length. Boom. Easy peasy. So you would do window open GL, I guess. Can you specify multiple of those? Is that a thing you can do? SDL window open GL. I like resizable, but if it has to be open GL, so be it. Okay, it's not really doing anything. Maybe you can take an array of flags? Specified on the OS. Modal. Window is modal. No window decoration. Okay, I ran into this problem before. Oh, this is cool though. This is cool though. This is pretty cool. I like this. I'm a big fan of this. I am a big fan of SDL. This is how gamers game. I'm telling you. Tell you what. This takes window and makes an whatever the fuck the window is. Although I'm pretty sure you could just call SDL window and not do that. So now what do we do? Put a color in there? Hello? What's up? Well, welcome to I don't even know what to do yet. Or do next. Window flags. Border size. Border size? Does it even have a border? What's that? What's this? This is, watch this. I have a... Oh. Did I accidentally just spawn a bunch of, Yes, please. Do that to both of those. Oops. Apparently they just stay open forever. My bad. I didn't mean that should happen. So basically, I'm programming in Z, so I'm using the D language, and I'm using a binding called bindBC, bind better C SDL. And it allows me to basically link SDL library to a program. So now I can do that, I guess. Let's try getting a grabbing a thing. No. So we'd have a after this SDL start, we would have a while loop, which is going to be the actual game. And the game is going to go in here. And then it's going to be inside of my while loop. While something does not equal true, or does equal true, then the window should be kept alive. And at the end, it should have SDL quits. So this basically creates the SDL window. And then, let's see. We need to take a key input. Let's go back. Keyboard key codes. And I think that will give us what we're looking for. Oh, SDL underscore key scan. That's what I need. So while I guess we want the key scan for escape. Let's go with the escape key. Even though it's used for like menu stuff. I just want to be able to close the window. Data types? Why am I looking at data types? I need to be looking at keyboard support. Would it be key scans? Ah, here we go. Get scan code from key. And then it should have SDL scan code. So it returns as a scan code, an SDL scan code, and it gets an SDL. Well, the function name is SDL. Okay, and then it takes the key, so probably the key number, and the key mod of mod state, which is a pointer. Okay, so that doesn't really matter at all. That means it's just probably pointing to the OS to get that, or something in the system. So it's not something I have to worry about. I just have to put get scan code from key SDL, or actually that would be in the while loop. You would do SDL underscore get scan code from key, and that's all that you need besides the number. So now you just pull pointer to a modifier state that would be used when oh, maybe null. Okay, that's even better. So actually null. I will be nulling that one and then putting this one as the key. Here's a list of key codes. This is actually the source code, I believe. Oh, wow. This is some really cool stuff here. These are unsigned or something? I want the escape key, so let's go all the way back up. Escape. Escape is... That's the scan code. What? So how... This is really cool to look at, because... Oh man, this is... I didn't know much about how your system handles any of the... Oops. I don't know much about how your system handles these. So this is good to learn, in case I want to copy this into my own code. But how does it handle it for real? Like, how does it get... Where does this even come from? Like, so SDL key escape. Values of this type are used to represent keyboard keys. Using a special exception are those. Okay. So wouldn't you just... Would you just take this weird looking not hex value and put it in there. I don't know why there's U's and B's and things in there. Those are not, I guess, oh, well, maybe it's a, enumeration. Like, let's just put, that in there. Copy that. From name. Pretty sure that was also an option. I don't know if it takes the null for the modifier, but we'll see about this. And then that returns the scan code. And while it does not equal the value that we're expecting it to return, paste that. So while SDL escape does not return escape from name, just expects a constant character called name. Bro, that is way easier than putting the fucking number in there. I'm gonna say that for sure. Oh, terminal. Oh no. There we go. That should be good. DUB. Oh, wait. It's getting a key code. Fuck. What is the key code? Returns a key code or SDLK unknown if the name wasn't recognized. Call SDL get error for more information. So is the key code this? Scan code mask? Oh, we can only find out by just experimenting. I mean, that's apparently a number. Maybe it's binary unsigned, but it's like half hex, half that. Okay. Get key from name. That's what it is. DUB SDL get key from name? What do you mean that's a issue that it... What? Undefined identifier. Oh. You know what it is? Import bins bc dot... What is it called? Actually, we would do that in... Let's do that in void main. I don't want to have it throughout the program. Actually, why don't we just import bind bc here? Let's try that out. Bind bc. So why we would do this is so that you don't end up importing it twice. .sdl. And then boom, just get rid of that. And that should do the trick. Okay, never mind. Don't even try that. We'll just put colon SDL underscore get from key name. We'll make it a global too. And okay, you know what? Just import bind bc SDL because I'm not gonna know the actual fucking name for that. Cannot pass argument of SDL SDL escape. SDL underscore key code. Pass argument of SDL key escape. Hello, welcome. SDL key escape. Here it's gonna give us some more information. SDL get key from name. Is it just because we're calling get key from name? Get key code from a... Oh, that's why. Wait, wouldn't you want to get... This is a lot of different ones. Get key from scan code. Get scan code from key. Okay, let's think about what these mean. So get key from name means it gets a key from the key name. Okay, that one's good. Get key from scan code means it's going to get a key from the scan code. I'm guessing that also means that when you call that, it gives you a scan code back for the name and it gives you a name back for the scan code. Let's check. Get the key code corresponding to the given scan code according to the current keyboard layout. Okay, so let's try... Maybe we need to get the scan code from name... What? I've never actually messed with key inputs yet. Get a scan code. What is a scan code even? Like, what does that mean? Scan code? Returns the SDL scan code unknown if the name wasn't recognized. So it just wants to... Oh, okay. So maybe it wants... Get scan code from name. So that's what get scan code from name does. Get scan code from key. Modifier. A pointer to the modifier state that would have been used when the scan code generates this key may be null. So let's try SDL get scan code again. Get scan code from key. SDLK SDLK escape. Is it imported? Get scan code from key. Oh, well, lowercase c. Try that out. It wants null on the second one. Null. But there is an issue. So with null, I'm pretty sure you can't really use it with regular C. Comparison between different enumeration types. SDL scan code and SDL key code. If this behavior is intended, consider while SDL get scan code does not equal that. Does that work? Okay, never mind. No, just put the fucking SDL on there. Oh, so how do you grab the key codes? Get mod state. Turns an ORed combination of the modifier keys for the keyboard It is safe to call this function from any thread. Get a snapshot of the current keyboard. The pointer returned is a pointer to an internal SDL array. It will be valid for the whole lifetime of the application and should not be freed by the caller. SDL pump events. Okay. Oh my god. Get scan code name. Please refer to the best keyboard practices documentation on how best to accept. Yeah, there's like 500 fucking ways of doing keyboard input. The 101 button joystick. Many games just want to treat a keyboard not as a way to input text, but as a joystick. It has a lot of buttons. The well-known WASD key pattern for FPS games is a fine example of this. You want the physical location of the key regardless of what symbol is printed on the key. After all, on a French keyboard instead of WASD, you press ZQSD. Here you press those. Press some of those. Oh my god, it's fucking square keyboard, bro. You know why that's happened? Because I don't have those locales, but I'm not installing them. But on a hiragana keyboard, you press all of those. Same locations on the keyboard, totally different symbols. For these, you want SDL scan codes. These are guaranteed to reference the physical location on the keyboard and not what is printed on it. Specifically, they assume US QWERTY pattern layout, no matter what the keyboard is in use. Actually has that location. Advanced versus states. Okay. You want SDL scan codes. Cool. Alright, so let's go with that. We're gonna use SDL scan codes. Now I have something to work with. From scan code. And that means right, get key from scan code. And then we want the one for escape, which is 41. 41. And if that equals 41 as well, boom. Events versus states when handling. It's a keynote on repeat. As mentioned above, key states are not sent every frame. There's no real way for SDL to do this. If you're using SDL pull events, there's no idea when your frame starts. SDL get key. What is pull event even? I forgot what this is. Pull currently pending events. Okay. States. SDL get keyboard state. This will give you an array of Boolean values represented if a button is up. Oh, okay. Indexed by SDL scan code. No need to worry about the lifetime. SDL owns this array, but you may want to cache it in practice, just so you don't have to call into SDL all of the time. Alright. I hope that has no GC in bind better C.SDL. I hope that has no I'm sure they already know about that. Get key SDL underscore get keyboard state. Bro, if I put this in the final build of my project, this will be the rage button. You just press escape and then you're like, oh, quit the game. Okay. Again, another capitalization fault. Segmentation fault. That sounds awesome. Oh wait, that might be, that's just when it core dumps. Oh, null. Incompatible types. Const bool or const bool pointer and int. Hold on. SDL get keyboard state. Null. Put a semicolon on that. What we're gonna do instead of that, we're gonna also put a write ln. Import standard dio colon write ln. That way I can figure it out in the terminal. What is going on behind the scenes? I think we can. So then you would do something like key states. You have a const bool key states. Key states SDL bool pointer. So you need a constant boolean pointer for that? Or can I just do a bool pointer and not even put the const part? I don't think. Do you even need a const on there? Put a true in that. So that way it just loops forever until can you even do a boolean pointer? I don't see why I'd have a problem with a boolean pointer. Expression expected? What do you mean expression expected? It's a boolean pointer. Unless it's a C style. Is my code turning into C-lang? Fucking hate Clang, bro. Clang. Or actually, no, the pointer is the next thing. No. Key state. Oh, you know what it was is that I didn't declare the variable. And then you would do this, which makes the fucking key states exist, and then now we can do checks, and then you would do either you do a bunch of if statements, or you could do a case and switch, but that's not the fastest way. You just do a bunch of if statements. Theoretically, you would also thread this, so this like bool key states. I think you could thread this, but SDL might even handle that for you. I think that's kind of lame though. I like to do all my threading myself. I like to thread hard all of the time, bro. Thread all over the place, bro. Anyway, SDL scan code. So then that gives you a boolean pointer. Should it be a const though? Const bool pointer? Like, so const means that it doesn't change or is immutable. But do you do that? Will that break the code? Probably. Probably will break the code at compilation time. Key underscore states SDL underscore scan code and then we want underscore escape. Then that would mean the next iteration of the loop, close the exit, or no, it would not be that. It would be you'd have a variable declared up here. So we would do like a for loop, but that would also require for, and you could declare int, or no, for bool is quit. No, exit. Semicolon. Then you would do exit does not equal false. Yeah. False. Or, well, exit equals false. Or you would do does not equal true. The only reason that would matter is kind of just for like a slight bit of performance, but I think it's handled mostly at. No, it would kind of affect performance if you did a false or true, but it'd be like barely any. It'd be negligible. It's kind of based on how they check the statement, which is like, I forgot how that works though. I know with cases and if statements it's different. So like a case goes through each one, but once it finds one that is true, it will go do that. But then with an if statement, it's like, well, I mean, that makes sense though. But anyway, an if statement does it to where, or actually if else statements do it differently. I don't think the case matter. It doesn't matter. Case just goes through all of them. So like if the first one isn't true, it checks the next one, the next one, the next one, so on. That's how a case works. And then the if statement checks to where. How does it check in? Oh, it was based on and or statements. So that was the checking. It was like lazy checking. That's what the chapter was called. It was about that. So like an or statement and an and statement. It had two different ways of doing it. So like if you had an and statement, you'd want to put the one that's most likely to be true in the front. And if you had an or statement, you'd put the one that's, well, actually no, or statement put the most likely to be true in the front. And on the and you put the most likely to be false on the front. So that's in this case it's different because the expression is checking if it's not true, which means, I mean, it still has to check it, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference at all. Yeah, it still has to evaluate that expression. And it doesn't do anything here, so we don't need to have anything there. So that's how that works. We don't have key states, we have key states. Yeah, key states. Everything's a function. Let's just do the key underscore states. It looks pretty boilerplate to me. Cool. So that's amazing. This will be the rage button. Now, in here we need to set the bool for exit, which is also inside of the scope. So it's protected by the scope. And what you can do is put a... It's actually better to do this. So here how we have SDL quit, what we can do is put a scope in here. So that way if it breaks at any point, scope exit, and then you would put SDL quit right after that, I'm pretty sure. So I think that compiles. I'd have to look at an example, but that is really useful. Obviously, if you're gonna do error checking, You put this first, which means that when you exit the scope, it just automatically does this. That means if you have any errors in here that throw, like, let's say you had like some kind of assert like right here, and you had your SDL quit here, it will still perform the SDL quit and do whatever cleanup that I'm sure that has. So here we'll set the does not equal true. We'll set exit to true. And boom. So that is the easiest way to do that. Now, all I need to do is hit DUB in the terminal. Okay, so now undefined identifier SDL scan code. I see where that's fucked up. Cool. Hit that. DUB SDL scan code. Escape. Do you mean enum operator C? That's a good question, actually. What do I mean it's called? SDL scan code only goes up to caps lock. Oh, you know what it is? It's not ESC, it's ESAP. Put ape on the end. Escape. Alright, now if I hit escape. Oh. Okay, it's still running. Where is it even at? I don't even see the window. Or maybe you would hold the window inside of here. Control C. So yeah, it performs SDL start there. Obviously you don't want it opening 100 windows, but this should be carried over to the next one. So we create our window, that's like our initialization. And then we don't want to load it after that. So we would need another one to basically create the next portion. So this creates a window. We would return a window from this. So we do SDL, we do that, right? We're gonna return window. We're gonna make this into a function that returns window. So return window, semicolon. And then it's gonna fail when I hit DUB. That's gonna tell me what it is. So it cannot return non-void from a void function. Well, let's set it to int so we get a mismatch so I can see what it actually is. I guess I'm too lazy to go check the docs. Alright, so then SDL window pointer. SDL underscore window pointer. I like how all of these libraries have 1,000 ways to do something, but they have one boilerplate way that they say is the recommended standard way of doing things. I don't really like having a recommended standard way of doing things. Alright, DUB, and now it's nowhere to be seen, but Control C on that. Alright, so that returns a window. So now I don't want to do that, but I want to return SDL window create window. I think we can just slap that in where the window is. Return that. Oh, it's got 2 semicolons? Yeah, just return the function. Return window equals do that. Alright, that should work. Now we have a window. So when we do SDL start, then we want to say window equals SDL start. So now we have an SDL window. We want to put that into here. Let's see. DUB. Identifier window. Okay. Return. Actually, return SDL underscore window. Let's not auto that. Let's just make sure it's actually fucking good. Return SDL win. I think that will work. Unidentified identifier window. Oh yeah, right. Auto window. SDL test. Oh, actually, can we just return the function? Return SDL window. Is that a thing I can do? Oh, yeah, it is. That's it. Easy. So I don't have to do a bunch of fucking memory stuff there, where it's like fucking handing off one thing to another thing. Alright, that makes it so much easier. So you can just return your SDL window. What do we do next, though? What do we do with the window? We need like a window get key or some shit. So we have, in category video, they have window, create window. Alright, so then what do we do then? Is there a best practices for this? The video subsystem is also interested in abstracting away some platform-specific differences in OpenGL, context creation, swapping buffers, etc., which is a fucking pain in the ass. It's a fucking mess. I don't like that at all. I don't like GL. Get display for window. Get window flags. GL create context. I mean, SDL, yeah. SDL window size, or set window size. Windows has surface, sync window, update window surface, display ID, window. What do we want to do though for that, actually? There's so much fucking shit to think of with this. Oh, well, we made some good progress. That's for sure. Create window with properties. Always on top. Turns the window that will be created. So then how do you keep the window alive then? If it doesn't have a while loop in it or something? Would it be in its own thread then? Create Wayland surface rule. If true, the application wants an associated Wayland's window objects should be created and attached to window. So we create a window, then we have a flags. Let's go ahead and window external. I mean, I guess you could use GLFW with that. Maybe like hybrid GLFW window. So you do SDL window pool. Oh, here's an example. Then you initialize your video. So what do we do in graphics? That we do init video before the actual return. That's not good. So we need to move this before we do that. So let's go ahead and fix that. Auto window equals SDL. I'm hoping it handles it well to where like there's no transferring window to the next one. Window. So that's what I was doing wrong, kind of. Let's go ahead and try that out. DUB. Obviously, it's not keeping the SDL window alive. So what it needs to do is hand off. When it hands off window, then... Oh, here we go. SDL destroy window and quit. I bet we can create a scope for these. So do SDL underscore destroy window. Maybe we need to point to the window because it doesn't exist yet. This needs to be declared here though. Window, which doesn't exist yet, might I add. Regular window. And quit. And here's the thing. So once that's handed off to the... through this, then it's gonna have some issues. However, I think if we put... because we put these in scope exit, we can actually make that look better, by the way. Because we put these in scope exit, I think we can just do this as a void function. I don't think we need to return a window from this. Not only are we not using that, but but we can't put it in the while loop still because it has all that stuff. Return 0. Okay. While not done, SDL events. SDL pull events equals SDL quit. Oh. Man, they have such a like crazy API that I could probably do a lot of the stuff inside of, but I want to have a module that handles a lot of this stuff for me, so that way I don't have to have a super complicated main function or main system. Ooh. We can figure that out tomorrow, probably, is implementing stuff like this. But that should implement a window. Right? Like, that should be a window. Create a window and renderer. Okay, we'll check out these tomorrow as well. But that's good progress, I think. DUB. Yeah, it doesn't have a identifier. That can happen after the window. Honestly, yeah, it has to happen as a void main type of thing, or as a void function, and it has to be inside the loop where we have the window actually get created. So this really doesn't, this stuff is not even needed right now. We don't need to import graphics anymore. Control S on that. Okay, so graphics are no longer needed to import. So what we need to do is create a window. Forget SDL start and all that. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this. Okay. So what we need to do, SDL underscore create, or yeah, create window. All right, so you create your window underscore, or create window, and here they have oh, okay, so you would just put your like specifics in here again. We'll call it window, comma 1600, comma 900. And then it needs another one, which is, I mean, SDL OpenGL just creates an OpenGL window. Window underscore OpenGL. Let's try that out. And then so they have a Boolean called done, and they set that to false. That's basically just how they're gonna check in this next one. Well, not done. Do that. So like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Equals false. That has SDL window. I don't think we need a pointer. Nor do we need an int argc or char for that. SDL underscore window is a pointer for window. Alright, so then we create a window called window, and we set window to equal that. And we did figure out that that's how that was. So set window to equal that, then we go down again. We have something. Okay, so here's an if statement that checks if window equals null. That creates a log. So I don't need that right now. But then while not done, so then we have a while and not done. And then you go and do that. And then we can do our get key stuff for escape. Yeah, we can set that. So that, but they also have an SDL underscore event, which is a type. And then a event for the name of the type. So they have an event, and it's a type of SDL event. Or event of type SDL event. And then they have another while loop. So while the SDL pull event, and then a pointer for event. Or a function pointer for it. Event and event. And then they do that. And then boom. So now we have that. If SDL event type equals SDL event quit. If so event.type. Oh, it's a class. Oh, we might need to do no, it will work. It will work, I hope. But we might need to actually declare a new class for that. No, that's a struct. There's no classes in C, is there? C is not object oriented. Or cannot have that paradigm. Or does it? That could be pretty fucking weird, but hopefully not. Oh my god. I hate object-oriented programming. SDL underscore events underscore quit. And then done equals true. Done equals true. do game logic, present a frame, etc. Close, destroy window, and then you do SDL quit. And here's what you can do with scopes and stuff like that. You don't need to return 0 because it's not an int. That's not a thing that exists. Well, you could make it an int and then return 0, but what the fuck would you do that for? There's no point. I mean, maybe if you had like other shit that relied on that return 0, but I don't know. Really. Should it exit void main? You can also put in scope parameters. I really want to use scope parameters, bro. I really want to use scope parameters somewhere. So when it exits, that all comes at the end. So, okay. SDL underscore destroy window. I really just want to use that fucking scope shit I learned. That shit's so useful, but I just can't find a place to use that. Underscore quits. And then boom, boom, boom. Done. Oh, that's not how you spell quit. Apparently I threw an extra E on there. Wonder where else I threw an extra E in there. Oh, DUB. An identifier SDL window. What do you mean? What do you mean unidentified identifier? Well, I mean, SDL window should be lowercase. Yeah, I knew it. Knew that was how that was. It's not a property or like a flag or anything, so yeah, go ahead and do that. Exited with a segmentation error because what happened was what? Something went wrong with the logic of the code. I believe SDL init is not called. Yep, I forgot SDL init. You need to call SDL underscore init and then SDL underscore init underscore video for the flag. Boom. And that should be everything. This is literally just like fucking C code. The only difference is that the return is not existent. We don't have a return. So then exit with that. So 11. Does it have, what could this be caused by? Potentially by doing this, maybe. Or by doing an OpenGL call. Let's check the other possibilities for that. For flags, at least, just to see if we can get it to... We don't need metadata. No, no, no. Flags. Window flags? Oh, here we go. Mouse grabber, input focus, OpenGL, hidden, borderless, resizable, minimize, and maximize. Pop-up menu, keyboard grabs. Window has grabbed keyboard input. So that's funny to me. I don't know why. Hidden and borderless. And then transparent. Not focusable. Pop-up menu. Will be shown if SDL hidden is not set at creation time. Can be used to show it later. Oh, okay. We'll do resizable, or try that again. Yeah, resizable. Resizable. Do that. Control S. DB. Okay. Another segmentation fault. What is that even causing that? Start. So somewhere in void main. That's all I can really tell from this, really. Oh, maybe it doesn't have the DLL for the thing, or maybe it needs import bin2bc SDL. Windows maximize, resizable. Can I just not have any of those? Or transparent, not focusable. Tooltip. I guess we'll have to import bin2bc better. Bins. Bind better see that OpenGL. OpenGL. We'll try doing that. Might be that. So we create a window. That's not the best way of doing that, actually. We can auto the window. We don't need to copy how they do it in C. So we need to auto the window. Boom. That will actually do it way better. Okay, another segmentation error. I guess bind2bc OpenGL didn't do it. SDL events. So what is SDL events, really? That's in the application entry points. SDL event. No, I saw it here though. SDL, wait, what's OpenXR? That sounds pretty cool. OpenXR? That sounds cool as hell. Event handling, that's important. SDL event. There's a, so it's either a struct. It's called SDL event. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Struct SDL event. Here they have display. So these are all, oh, this is a lot of stuff. But that is a pretty good way of doing that. It's padded with uint 128. SDL event structure is the core of all event handling in SDL events. So they create an event that contains all of these, but they're like, you're able to initialize those. So you can set an event, like for example, event equals SDL, or event.type equals SDL event quit. So that would be, so this is checking, and here they have SDL pull event. So that's to like check it. I'm pretty sure it checks the event. So this would be a struct, right? So it creates an SDL event struct. Unless the, I'm guessing it starts, we'll put in a couple, we'll do some testing, right? So do write ln, and we'll put here. And that's gonna be how I'm gonna check if there's actually anything wrong. We'll just move this down as we go. We're gonna do a couple tests real quick. Did not give a here statement, or not give here. So that means it's not in there. I don't need to be looking at that. I need to be looking at this. This is where the problems occur at with the window creation. Maybe it needs SDL. Oh, you know what? I forgot. There's an important thing in this. We need to go back to bind2bc. So when you do this, you need to actually load. So you do load SDL before you do anything else. That's why it's throwing a segmentation error. That's one of the important things we should do first. So I'm sure there's some stuff that's not just us copying the original SDL documentations. Now that creates creates a window now. Nice. So now if I X on the window, it exits too. Oh, we got a window that we can exit? God damn. I might just be a software engineer after all. But I think we have to end today's episode here, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and let's go ahead and get rid of that right line before I goodbye. The next episode will do more SDL stuff for sure. Having good fun with this. This is actually productive too.